Hey everybody from YouTube. Wanted to make another video here on my new Hobie Kayak Pro Angler 12. I've had this out several times out in the water, absolutely love it. I decided to do something crazy and actually spend more money on it and buy this Bixpy trolling motor. Now, I don't know if you guys have heard of the Bixpy trolling motor, but it is a trolling motor that is designed for kayaks. They also have, these motors actually can be also put on handheld devices if you're scuba diving for self-propulsion. But I was really kind of debating about the trolling motor, and I just wanted to walk you through my thought process on it. Just a couple of things worth mentioning before I talk about why I decided to spend the $1,300 for the trolling motor. First off, the entire package, the unit over here, the mounting plate that you see on the Kayak, and this is a Pro Angler 12, and then the battery. This is actually the battery right here. All this together weighs 9 pounds, which is amazing. And so it was not a lot of extra weight. The reviews on it were excellent. The battery time on it, there's 10 speeds total. And on, if you crank it all the way up to the highest speed, you can run for about 70 minutes. And on this kind of kayak, that'll get you up to about 4 miles an hour, maybe a little bit more, depending upon current, wind conditions, etc. And at a medium speed, you could probably run this thing for 10 hours. So the length of it was impressive, but I was really kind of debating whether or not it made sense to spend an extra $1,300 on a trolling motor. And the reason I decided to go with it were a couple reasons. One is, with the pedal power that you have with these kayaks, right, with the pedals. Like I said, I think the normal range is about 2 miles out, 2 miles back, which is pretty standard on average. What this allows me to do is extend that range out to, with this trolling motor, extend it out to probably 4 or 5 miles in one direction. And then obviously being able to come back that same direction on that single battery charge during the course of, could be half a day of fishing, could be a full day of fishing. So it extends my range considerably. And given where I fish, being able to go out 4 or 5 miles definitely is a plus. It opens up the areas I typically wouldn't have access to with a kayak. The other reason is for safety, right? If you do some research on Bixpy on why this gentleman designed this trolling motor for kayaks, was simply because of the same reason. He found himself offshore for about 5 miles and was really tired, and he had to pedal all the way back. And you figure 5 miles on a kayak like this is probably a good 2-hour pedal. That's a lot of work, right? So the other reason I did this was for safety reasons. Because if I go out, 3-4 miles, fish all day, I'm not really going to feel like pedaling an hour and a half to 2 hours coming back to the shore or to the launch ramp. So the other thing is if you pull a muscle or whatever, God forbid, when you're pedaling, the trolling motor is going to come in handy. Or if you got a storm coming up behind you where you need to put some extra speed on it, things like that. So anyways, I spent $1,300 on it. I took it out last weekend. It works like a gem. Like I said, the 10 different speeds on it. You can actually, in the medium speeds, you can actually use the pedals with the medium speed, and you can get yourself up to an extra half a mile an hour more on the speed. But I basically use it for traveling, and then when I'm not traveling, I can pull it up and then go back to the pedals for maneuvering the kayak. So I would say it's definitely worth the investment. And you could obviously use this in freshwater. You can use it in saltwater as well. So anyways, that's it. That's my assessment of it. And if you got any questions, just shoot me a question on this YouTube video. Okay, thanks. Talk to you later.